Well, I mean, the words that he used make it pretty clear. He said, I'm going to teach you a strategy. I'm going to teach you a tactic, how to manipulate a girl into sleeping with her, to deceive her into thinking that she is loved by me in order to exploit her, objectify her, and have sex with her. That's pretty disgusting, I think, by anybody's standards.
Adam?
I think one more comment I will make. The reason that I criticize him specifically, or that I've criticized Andrew Tate, is because at one point, Andrew Tate was the most Googled man in the world. He's incredibly influential among young men. And the reason, it's very interesting why he's influential, because he accurately diagnoses a serious cultural problem in the West. He accurately notes that masculinity is under assault, that men are told that they're toxic and bad. And he actually, to his credit, has the courage to say, I'm going to push back against this. I'm going to tell men to be men. The problem is that once he accurately diagnoses the problem, his antidote, what he prescribes, is self-destructive. He doesn't actually teach young men how to be good, strong men. He instead leads them towards pornography and materialism and exploitation of women and worship of self. So I think that makes him more dangerous because he does accurately diagnose a problem, but then his prescription for it is to lead young men astray.
So is your biggest issue with Andrew and Tristan that virgin video, or is there sort of a symptom of a larger problem that you have with them overall?
I mean, that video is an example of the point that I make when people say that Andrew and Tristan Tate are good role models for young men. I don't think that's a good role model for young men to learn how to manipulate and lie and deceive women into having sex. I
actually want to address that, but I just actually want to understand your perspective genuinely. Do you think that the Tate brothers, for men specifically, are a positive net value, positive net role model, or negative?
Negative. I think they lead young men towards self-destruction.
Okay, so you think that the words that they're saying, not the little clips, but their overall message is bad for men, not good?
Yes, because what are they telling men? They're telling men, you're attacked, you're a victim, and that resonates with men because that is a valid grievance, especially in American culture. That's why they've become so popular here. They were popular in Europe and in Britain, but they're so popular here the last couple of years because there is a war on masculinity. So young men are feminized, and it's a powerful thing when you take a valid grievance and then tell someone that the solution to that grievance is something that actually harms them. So I actually think they're more self-destructive than some people on the left because they're playing on a valid problem and prescribing something that's harmful to young men.
Just to be clear, what do you think that their prescription is for men?
Pornography, materialism, exploitation of women, and worship of self.
That's what you think their message is to men?
That is what you can read all of their stuff, listen to all their stuff. I've extensively listened to all of their advice for young men, and they literally say, if you are not extremely wealthy, you are not a real man. Money is the most valuable thing. Like, money's great. We're all trying to make a living here. We're all trying to make money, but it is not the most valuable thing. That is a message of materialism. They've run pornography business. That's how they got rich. That's how they got famous. They pretend to back away from it now just to avoid criticism, but it's really just because they don't need to do that anymore. They constantly are talking about how to be a top G and how to manipulate women. I think that's an incredibly destructive message. Do you think that's positive for young men?